Ni hao, thank you very much for this opportunity and for attending my speech. Unfortunately, I can't speak your beautiful language. COVID-19 travel restrictions forbid me to physically attend this conference. My wish is to personally meet all of you in the nearest future.
My name is Andrea Geuna. I am sales manager and one of the co-owners of TecSA. The topic of my speech is the new developments in testing procedures and new testing machines for electric vehicles. Before going into the topic, let me briefly introduce my company. TecSA has 30 years of experience in brake testing machines. TecSA's headquarters are in Italy, in the automotive district of Turin. Since 2020, TecSA has developed two service centers, one in China and one in India. The service center in China is located in Hubei province and is made of Italian and Chinese highly specialized technical personnel. The purposes of the system centers are installation of new testing machines, periodical calibration and periodical maintenance, including the substitution of spare parts, extraordinary maintenance. TecSA staff in China is constantly trained and assisted by the Italian headquarters. TecSA is the first supplier of testing machines for brake industry in Italy. TecSA serves top-level brake manufacturers in Europe, especially in Italy, Spain and Poland, where TecSA has recently won an international tender for the Polish Center for Accreditation of the Polish Republic. For the last years, TecSA has been increasing its presence in Eastern Asia. China represents the main market to focus on. This map shows the main location of TecSA's products in China. Main added values of TecSA are flexibility, customer-oriented approach, focus on research and development. TecSA's specialized staff is constantly working with R&D departments of top players in brake industry. Through this approach, TecSA has been able to design and implement new tailor-made testing solutions, procedures and machines. These non-standard testing solutions are necessary for top-level brake manufacturers to research and develop new products. Some of these new testing solutions will be the topic of the second part of my speech. As mentioned, TecSA produces a wide range of testing machines for all the components of brake systems. First category of machines is made of testing machines for quality control and to guarantee the conformity of production. FQT machines are designed to test the brake pads at constant speed values of 660 rpm. This is the legal requirement of several international regulations, such as the European standard ECR90 Annex 9 or the Chinese standard GBT 34007 2017 and GB 5763 2018. The standard of 660 rpm has been established in West Germany 50 years ago and still remains in force as a legal requirement. The traditional cross machines only respect this legal requirement due to the technological limitation of the traditional AC motors. However, the new vector speed AC motors can run at different speed values. Therefore, the new FQT machines can reproduce the real behavior of the drivers and their applications on the brakes. The modulation of the speed is a requirement of the AK master test according to the American standard CAEJ 2522 and the international standard ISO 26867. FQT machines can run dynamic tests as a dynamometer, where the inertia value is simulated by TecSA software. Another machine to test the conformity of productions of brake systems is the SST, Shear Strength Test Machine. International standards, such as ISO 6312, require testing the force with which each production lot of pads or of drums is attached to the brake plate. SST machines can test, alternatively, the shearing force of brake pads and brake drums. SST is highly flexible and can test pads and drums of different sizes and dimensions, shapes and surfaces, including surfaces worn by brake applications. Pads and drums can be preheated without any interference on the correct functioning of SST machine. The core business of TecSA are brake inertia dynamometers, designing, manufacturing, installation and commissioning, training course, calibration and maintenance. Motorbike and automotive sectors are fully covered by TecSA's dynamometers. TecSA's dynamometers are grouped in 3 categories based on performances, functionalities and vehicles features, speed, size, deceleration. The first category of dynamometers is Mini Dyno. Mini Dyno can run dynamometric tests on full-scale brake systems. The dynamometer has a fixed standard inertia of 40 kg square meter and an additional and movable inertia flywheel of 14 kg square meter for a total inertia value of 80 kg square meter. Fixed flywheel and movable flywheel are directly installed on the main motor shaft. This solution is quite cheap, and the changing of the inertia flywheel is quite easy. The execution is compact, and it is possible to mount the brake systems in the following modalities: simple, with fitted brake disc on the manual and caliper on tailstock; with wheel hub; with suspension. Main features are AC motor of 250 kW, 2500 rpm, torque meter of 3000 Nm, drag torque of 2200 Nm, maximum static torque with main motor of 1700 Nm. The second category of dynamometer is TC80. TC80 is specifically designed to run NVH tests. TC80 has low inertia value of 40 kg square meter and an added inertia flywheel of 40 kg square meter for a total inertia value of 80 kg square meter. Compared with Mini Dyno, the motor of TC80 is more powerful and more torque values at lower RPM. Main difference with Mini Dyno is that the brake chamber of TC80 is user to mount axles. Main features are AC motor at 315 kW, 2100-2400 RPM. At 2100-2400 RPM speed value, the power is reduced. Torque meter at 5000 Nm. Drag torque at 2750 Nm. Maximum static torque with main motor is 2700 Nm. The third category of dynamometers can run both NVH and performance tests on all the range of automotive sector, including supercars, SUVs, pickups, racing sector, high-performance cars, hybrid and electric vehicles. This category is composed by two different models, TC185 and TC225. These dynamometers have three inertia flywheels that can be installed on all the combinations. TC185 has AC motor at 315 kW, 3000 RPM, torque meter at 7000 Nm, drag torque at 2200 Nm, maximum static torque with main motor of 2200 Nm, total mechanical inertia of 185 kg square meter. TC225 has AC motor at 450 kW, 3500 RPM, torque meter at 10,000 Nm, drag torque at 2600 Nm, maximum static torque with main motor of 2200 Nm, total mechanical inertia of 225 kg square meter. TC225 is the top-level brake inertia dynamometer and will be the topic of my speech. Additionally, TecSA produces brake inertia dynamometers for commercial vehicles, both vans and trucks, and the railways sector. These two models are TT2200 and TR2600. Both models have four inertia flywheels to simulate the huge size of heavy commercial vehicles and trains. Total mechanical inertia is 2500 kg square meter for commercial vehicles and 5100 kg square meter for railways. Maximum speed value is 1500 RPM for commercial vehicles and 2100 RPM, around 350 km/h for railways. Since 2009, TecSA has implemented its internal testing laboratory called TecSA R&D. TecSA R&D is based in Italy and actually has 7 brake inertia dynamometers, 2 mini dynos, 1 TC80 for NVH test with climatic system, 2 TC185, one of them with climatic system, 1 TC225, 1 TT2200. TecSA R&D runs tests on brake systems for OEM and aftermarket industries that want to outsource some of their tests. TecSA R&D is also working with top-level homologation bodies in Europe, for example for ECR90 homologations. A new project of TecSA R&D to be implemented in 2023 is to produce a mini dyno that is specifically dedicated to run research and development tests to measure, in controlled climatic and temperature conditions, dust particle emissions on the brake systems. In fact, TecSA is a member of the PMP group of the United Nations ECE that is defining the standards and the parameters to analyze the particle emissions. The second part of my speech is about some of the new brake testing solutions implemented by TecSA. As mentioned, car dynamometer TC225 is specifically designed to run tests on brake systems of supercars, racing cars, high-performance hybrid and electric cars. The AC vector speed motor of TC225 can reach the speed to around 460 km per hour. The three flywheels in free combination, along with TecSA software, can reproduce on the dynamometer the size of supercars of more than 2,700 kg. These two diagrams represent the motor torque and the acceleration times necessary to bring the various mechanical inertia configurations from 0 to 3,500 rpm. The TC225 is specifically designed to reproduce, in controlled and repeatable conditions, regenerative brake applications. Regenerative brake applications represent 90% of all the brake applications of a passenger cars in a road circuit. The TC225 can reproduce both the regenerative and the non-regenerative brake applications in the testing procedures. The regenerative brake applications are made by the main motor of the dynamometer. I summarize some of the most important added values of the mechanical components of the TC225. First of all, the positioning of TC225. As mentioned, flexibility is one of the core features and added value of TecSA. As every TecSA's dynamometer, the TC225 can be placed in customers' premises in two different modalities, according to customer's choice. The first one is directly based on the floor. A normal industrial concrete is required. Through this solution, the dynamometer can be easily placed and eventually moved in a different position. The dampers avoid the vibrations. This solution is actually enforced in TecSA's testing laboratory. The second solution is placing the dynamometer in an appropriate hole within the floor of the premises. This solution is more expensive and limits the possibility to eventually move the dynamometer. However, with this solution, the doors of the brake chambers are at floor level and the mounting of the brake systems are much easier for the users. Secondly, the brake actuation system group. Through a brushless motor and TecSA software, the pressure on brake circuits can reach 250 bar and the pressure gradient can reach 1000 bar per second. Compared to the traditional system, the advantages of TecSA's brake actuation system are high efficiency, improved performance, no use of synthetic oils, very useful for maintenance. Finally, the brake ventilation system. The brake is cooled by two fans. One fan sucks the air from the outside environment, and the second fan extracts the fumes. The brake ventilation system can be adapted to survey the dust particle and especially to place the sensors and the filters. Maximum flow is about 4000 cubic meter hour. A specific ventilation system can be installed for motorsport test to simulate the airflow on the brakes at very high speed. At least 28 optional features can be installed on TC225 to guarantee tailor-made solutions for any customer's needs. These optional features include a sprinkling system with water, with saline solutions, and with snow, additional thermocouples for static temperatures and static friction system. Among many, I stress the importance of the climatic option. It is possible to install environment climatic units with different temperature and humidity values, up to -40 to +50 degrees. According to TecSA's customer-oriented approach, the TC225 can interface with the most important brands of environment climatic units. TecSA software is installed on TC225. TecSA software is highly user-friendly. With TecSA software, the user is autonomous in working on the dynamometer. Any external assistance from TecSA or from a third company is not necessary. By choosing in over 200 parameters, users can describe whatever testing procedures, survey and analyze raw data, CSV format and draft the final report. The TC225 is the top-level brake inertia dynamometer for automotive sector. It can run both NVH and performance tests on all the range of motorbikes and cars, including supercars, racing sector, and electric and hybrid high-performance cars. One TC225 is already installed in TecSA's testing laboratory. You can outsource your test on your brake system. TC225 machines are more and more requested by top-level brake manufacturers. In particular, TC225 has been chosen by those companies that are focusing on research and development of new brake solutions for the most advanced automotive industries, especially electric vehicles. TecSA's specialized team is at your disposal to define, along with your experts, the best testing solution for your needs. Lead time of one TC225 is 12 months from order placement. TecSA service in China can manage installation and commissioning, training course, and periodical maintenance and calibration of TC225 models.
Thank you for your consideration. I am at your disposal for any further clarification you may need.